Most men won't tell you when they're falling in love, but psychology does. You see, male love isn't loud. It's quiet. It's hidden in small actions, silent stares, and choices he barely understands himself. As a psychology expert who has spent years studying male behavior and emotional patterns, I can tell you this. When a man is truly in love, everything about him changes, not always in ways you expect, but always in ways that matter. In this video, we'll uncover the top 10 psychological facts about men in love, the truths behind their actions, the emotions they rarely express, and the powerful signs most people miss. Let's dive into the mind of a man in love and finally understand what he's been feeling all along. 1. He falls in love through actions, not words. When a man is truly in love, his actions speak long before his words ever do. He may not shower you with poetic declarations, but he'll remember to fix the thing you mentioned once. He'll drive across town just to see you for 5 minutes. He'll show up consistently. Psychologically, this comes from how most men are conditioned. From a young age, they're taught that emotions are private, sometimes even shameful. But action is acceptable. Action is safe. That's why love for a man often looks like doing, solving, providing. It's not that he doesn't feel deeply, it's that he was never taught how to say it out loud. So when he makes your life easier, shows up without being asked, or puts your needs before his own, that's not just kindness, that's love in his language. 2. Vulnerability is the deepest sign of his love. For most men, vulnerability is not a habit, it's a risk. In a world where strength is often measured by silence, opening up feels dangerous. So when a man starts to share his fears, his regrets, his childhood wounds, he's not just talking, he's trusting. Psychologically, this is profound. Studies show that men struggle to access and verbalize emotions, not because they lack them, but because they were raised to suppress them. But love changes that. When a man begins to feel safe with you, when he senses that his heart won't be judged or rejected, he slowly lets down the armor. He lets you see the boy behind the man. And that's no small gesture. If a man confides in you, if he shares what keeps him awake at night, that's not weakness. That's one of the most powerful signs that his love for you is real and deep. 3. He remembers the smallest things about you. When a man is in love, his mind becomes a quiet collector of moments. The way you tuck your hair behind your ear, the snack you always buy but never finish, that one time you said you hate thunderstorms, and how he suddenly started texting you during every storm. Psychologically, this happens because love activates the brain's dopamine and reward centers. His brain starts linking you to emotional importance, so it locks in every detail that makes you, you. Even if he seems distracted, don't be fooled. The man who loves you is always paying attention, not to impress, but to understand. When he remembers the tiny things you thought he'd forget, it's not just thoughtfulness, it's love, encoded in memory. 4. He feels pressure to be your protector. When a man falls in love, something ancient awakens in him, a quiet, almost primal instinct to protect. He starts worrying about your safety. He notices when you're stressed. He offers solutions, even when you didn't ask. This isn't about control, it's about emotional investment. From an evolutionary psychology perspective, men are wired to protect those they bond with. It's not just physical protection, it's emotional shielding too. So when a man truly loves you, he steps into this quiet role of guardian. He may not say it, but you'll see it in how he watches over you, how he checks in, how your pain bothers him more than his own. Love makes him feel responsible, not because he doubts your strength, but because he wants to carry some of your weight. If you've ever seen a man silently take on your burden, that's love, protective, present, and profoundly real. 5. His jealousy isn't always toxic, it's emotional fear. When a man is in love, even the thought of losing you can quietly unravel him. You may notice flashes of jealousy, subtle shifts in his tone when you mention another man, a quick glance when someone else makes you laugh. And while extreme jealousy is never healthy, mild jealousy in love often points to something deeper: fear. Psychological studies show that men fear emotional replacement more than physical distance. It's not just about someone else catching your eye. It's about someone else capturing your heart. That twinge of jealousy, it's not possessiveness. It's vulnerability. It's the heart saying, please don't choose anyone else. I've already chosen you. So if he gets quiet or distant when he feels unsure, it might not be anger. It might be love, laced with fear he doesn't know how to explain. 6. He wants to feel needed, not just loved. Here's something most people overlook. When a man is in love, he doesn't just want to feel loved. He wants to feel needed. Love for many men is tied to purpose. Psychology calls this the provider instinct, not just in the financial sense, but emotional, practical, even spiritual. He wants to feel like he matters in your world, that his presence makes a difference, that if he disappeared, something would be missing. Not because you're not whole, but because he adds something valuable to your life. And here's the emotional truth. When a man feels needed, he feels secure in your love. So when he insists on helping you, fixing things, offering advice, he's not trying to take over. He's saying, let me be a part of your life in a way that feels meaningful. Because for a man in love, being needed is being loved. 7. His love deepens in silence. Not all love is loud. In fact, for many men, the deepest love grows in silence. You may wonder why he sometimes just sits quietly beside you, lost in thought. Why he stares at you without speaking. Why he doesn't always express what's on his heart, even when you can feel it. But here's what psychology tells us. Men often process emotions internally. Their brains are wired to solve before they speak, to feel deeply, but reveal slowly. While women are generally more comfortable verbalizing affection, men often internalize it, letting the emotions swirl inside them, taking shape over time. So when he's quiet, don't assume distance. That stillness could be full of emotion, admiration, gratitude, even awe. Sometimes the silence between you isn't empty. It's sacred, because a man in love may not always speak his heart, but you'll feel it in the way he's fully there. 8. He'll test your loyalty without realizing it. Sometimes when a man is deeply in love, he unconsciously tests the waters, pulling away just enough to see if you'll stay. This isn't manipulation or cruelty. It's rooted in a natural, though complicated, emotional fear. Psychologists call this attachment testing, a subconscious way to seek reassurance. He fears abandonment so much that he creates small distances, hoping you'll bridge them. So if he becomes distant or seems less engaged for a moment, it might be his way of asking, will you still be here when I come back? It's a vulnerable cry masked as withdrawal, a silent question about your commitment. Understanding this can change everything. Because when you respond with patience and reassurance, you're not just holding his hand, you're healing his fears. 9. He can love you and still struggle to say it. Many women wonder why the man they love rarely says those 3 words, I love you. The truth is, for a lot of men, expressing love verbally is a challenge, not because they don't feel it, but because they weren't taught how. Psychological research shows that many men grew up in environments where showing emotion was discouraged, leaving them with a silent language of love. So even if he doesn't say, "I love you" often, watch his eyes when he looks at you, the way he stays close, the small sacrifices he makes. His heart is speaking, just in a quieter, less obvious way. Remember, love isn't just spoken, it's felt deeply, sometimes in the spaces between words. 10. Real love makes him want to be a better man. True love is transformative, especially for a man. When a man is genuinely in love, it sparks a deep desire to grow, to improve, to become the best version of himself. This isn't about perfection or pressure, it's about wanting to deserve the woman he loves. Psychology shows that love activates motivation centers in the brain, encouraging personal growth and self-reflection. You might notice him working harder, caring more, and facing his own flaws. Not because someone told him to, but because he wants to be worthy of your heart. Love for him becomes a journey of becoming. And that transformation, it's one of the most beautiful, powerful signs that his love is real and lasting. Men might not always show love the way you expect, but when they truly love, it's loyal, quiet, and deeply powerful. Understanding these hidden signs can help you see beyond the surface and connect with the man's heart in a whole new way. If you found these insights helpful, make sure to like this video, subscribe for more psychology secrets, and share your thoughts in the comments. What's the most surprising thing you've learned about men in love? Thanks for watching, and remember, love speaks in many languages. Sometimes you just need to learn to listen.